Well, hello, fellow diamond painters. It's DP Crazy Lady. It is 2:10 a.m., which is Sunday night into Monday morning. It is the 29th, and it is 65 degrees. We had a very, very warm Sunday, and it is April 2024. The reason why I am on here now, while you've seen me on here even at other times too, so I mean, come on, you ought to be used to it by now. Let me get some color here first. I know it's this one here. And then after I finish WIP&SIPing and I have some coffee and babbling, I'll try to remember to take you out of the holder, turn the light off on this Grand Canyon by Make Market. I will show you what it looks like so far. Oh, the reason why I'm on at this time is by the time I came home, well, I left here for my mother's 90th birthday. Left here at about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and got up there at about 1:45, and I was carrying in that big old cake that weighed a ton. And I'll have, as soon as my sister, she may be coming out here later this week sometime, and bring, she'll download, upload, whatever, pictures to my laptop, and then I can show some pictures. And depending on how some of them turned out, you might get a glimpse of me. I don't take good pictures. I don't like taking photos, but you may, and you'll see my family. So I carried the cake in. Mom was oh my gosh, she couldn't believe the cake. She cried and so on. I mean, it was surprising to her. She couldn't believe how they got the photos on that cake. And, in my family, you can have 6 or 7 people talking at the same time about one thing or another, and you can catch every conversation. It's just something you get used to in an Italian and Romanian family. They just all kind of chatterbox all at once. And, I'm hearing things from one sister and then another sister and then my niece and my brother and my mom and, my stepdad will say something. And it's like, you just catch it all. And she was just so tickled. She couldn't believe that, she thought maybe I was going to come out because I had made this comment, that I said, well, that's all right, Mom, I'll see you, sometime around your birthday, either before it or after it. And when I pulled up, she ended up seeing me pull in. I was trying not to be visible, but that didn't work, even with my itty-bitty little car. So they made little mini meatballs in the crock pot and I ended up eating stuff I don't normally eat, but I figured it was my mom's birthday, and I was not going to say no. And they're made with grape jelly and something else or something. It's some kind of meatballs. My mom had found the recipe so many years ago, and they still make them on occasion. They're good. a little too sweet for me, and they made a baked taco uh, casserole thing. It was really good with shredded chicken and black beans and taco shells, or yeah, the taco chips, or anyway, they baked that. And then they had macaroni salad and just a regular salad. And it was all good. I ended up eating just a tiny bit of each thing. But when it came time to cutting the cake, I had too little pieces. I couldn't stop. It was the whipped cream icing, and I picked the whipped cream icing and made them do carrot cake. So it was with walnuts, raisins, and spiced carrot cake. It was so good and moist. I can't believe Giant Eagle really has some good bakers there. They did an outstanding job. And when everybody finally ate, my two uncles came, my mom's brothers. Uh, they all sat down, and we started opening up. She started opening up her gifts, and of course, tears flowed constantly. It was like a, you know, rainforest in there. And I think my daughter got some on film. I'm not, or videotaped it. I'm not sure. But she loved those cardinals that I did, and the stand. And my daughter had gotten her a cardinal, what do you call it? Darn it. It's stained glass. Uh, Stained glass round, with the cardinal in it, and uh, little vines and tree. It was really pretty. She got it off of Temu. But when she gave my mom that blanket, and I'll tell you, they did a custom job on that through Temu. Uh, my daughter had sent a picture on Temu. She had, uploaded the picture for the person who did the custom, and they took the photograph that my daughter gave them of my stepfather and my mother sitting together on the lawn for his 100th birthday. And it was, I mean, pictures speak 1,000 words, and I mean, it's just beautiful. And Temu did, it was most beautiful the way they put it on that throw, and it wasn't really expensive. That's the thing. But I'll tell you, they sure could, lay it out. They did it. And my mother, because I told her, I said, you're opening this first from Sonia, from your granddaughter, because she wants, you guys to have this for your anniversary, which your anniversary is the 25th, and her birthday is the 28th. So, and she said, okay. So my stepdad was in there too. And my mom looked at it, and when she said, because my daughter folded it inside out so that she couldn't see it right away. And she started opening it, and she said, well, I know there, because I asked her later, and she said all she knew was there was, some kind of design on it. She figured it was just some kind of throw, with animals or a scenery, or it could have been more cardinals or something, And when she opened it and then she saw what it was, I thought her eyes were going to bug out of her head. I mean, she was basically speechless. I mean, absolutely speechless. And thank goodness everybody in the room was in awe too. They just loved it. So my daughter's gonna, my sister wants the name of whoever did the custom on that, because she has a friend who has a pet who may not make it. He's gotten older, and the little dog has developed cancer. And she said she would love to do a custom blanket like that, a throw, for her. So, I mean, they did. I think for that blanket, that throw, and it was a good sized throw. I think my daughter said it was like $20. So I mean, it wasn't, one of your more fancy, expensive things, but it's so soft. And so my mom decided what she's going to do, and I'm going to order the clips for her off of Amazon. She's going to get a curtain rod, a fancy curtain rod, and put on her living room wall. And I'm getting her the clips, and she's going to hang it like a tapestry on her wall. So that'll look really, really nice. I mean, they'll at least get to look at it all the time. So, but she opened up everything else. She got some money, several gifts of cardinals. I said, well, the one year all you did was talk about hummingbirds, and guess what you got? Now you talked about cardinals. Now you got the cardinals. Now that's it. Yeah, but she did get several. I got her 2 or 3, and my daughter got her 1, and the niece got her one you stick in the yard, and it has the wings that when the wind blows, the wings turn. And it's metal. It's really pretty, really cute. And she got one of those back massager things. It's I don't know if it's battery operated or if it's electric. You plug in or something. But it also has this mask that if you can Bluetooth it to music, and you could just be soothed with that and use the neck massage, and stuff. So she really wanted that. And then after all that gift opening and crying and oohing and awing, we sat around and they started telling stories about when we was kids and different things like that. And then Mom reminded again, which I knew all about it anyway, but I guess sometimes when you get older you start repeating some stuff. But she was talking about when she used to sing with the bands and sing on radio. And the only thing I didn't know and didn't remember is that her stage name, because her stage name, her last name was Vale. So, and she did a lot of singing with big bands, and then she did some country music too, and had sang on radio, which I knew about, her singing on radio. And so we talked about that kind of stuff, and then talked about, when we was kids and different things we did. Because she kept telling me, my mom always gets me being born in 52. I was born in 51. And because she married my dad in 1950, she was 16. He was 20. He was 23, I think. And the next year, she had me in 51 in December, and then 4 months later she would have turned 18. Well, she kept saying, "Oh, I was 18 when I had you," and I said, "No, Mom, no." I said, and she said, "Oh no, I know. I remember that dress that I bought, and I was hardly showing, and I could wear that dress again, after I was pregnant and stuff." So I said, "You know what?" I said, "I'm going to look at my birth certificate when I come home, because I swear I know when I was born." And I could have sworn I saw the you know, her age and my father's age on there. So I came home and I dug it out, and I called her up and I said, Mom, I said, you did it again. She said, when? I said, you weren't 18 in that picture. I said, I told them at the bakery when I got that, I said, this is a picture of my mom at 17, and the other picture is her, you know, almost 90. I think she was like 88 or 89 in that picture. And she says, really? I said, Mom, I said, I'm looking at my birth certificate. I said, you were 17. I said, and 4 months later, you would have been 18. I said, and Dad was 24. And she said, oh, she said, I guess so. You know, I said, boy, Mom, I said, you're always making me younger, which I appreciated. I said, but you were forever putting my birth date in 52. Because I was sitting there trying to figure out when I went to school. Because in my area there, which they didn't have kindergarten, and I started school when I was 5 years old and went to first grade. They allowed me to because my birthday would have been in December, and since it was close enough, they let it slide. So I mean, think about 5 years old in first grade. The first time being away from, you know, your family for all those hours. That would be, you know, you think of your 5-year-old, if you know, your 5-year-old grandchild or your 5-year-old child, you're going to have one now, you know, that, you know, off they go to school, you know, uh, and even since the school was just up the hill from where we lived, after a while of, you know, Mom taking me up there or whatever, I could just walk up there at, you know, 5, 6 years old, going to first grade. Um, I remember the teachers. I remember every teacher's name uh, from first to sixth grade, and I remember most of the teachers' names uh, through junior high, and most of the ones through high school. So I'm good with past names. Just don't ask me future names because I, you know, right now I can't remember half of them. But Mrs. Klein was my first grade teacher. And I remember, I mean, learning cursive. You stood up at that board and you practiced and you practiced. And then you went home with your, you know, tablets and you practiced writing cursive. And, you know, I love doing it. I, I just don't understand how the kids nowadays don't have to learn that. I mean, at least that's what I understand. They don't have to learn that, and if they don't, how do they, you know, what do they just print when they sign a contract? I just don't understand why there's not. It's, I guess, too much texting and too much. That drives me crazy. Um, so, and then in second grade, my teacher was. I know I'm getting off the subject of my mom and this, but it. I guess everything just kind of flows, you know, when you start reminiscing. My second grade teacher was Mrs. McMillan, and I did not like her. She was mean. I remember that. I remember her being kind of mean. Now, my third grade teacher, I really liked, Miss Hatton. Her, I really liked. Um, but, you know, I used to be afraid of the principal that was there because you know how Lurch in Adam's Family was stuff. Mr. Eric was that tall, that lumbersome, and you're little. You know, you're 5, 6 years old, 7 years old, and here's this huge, tall, thin guy, you know, up there. And, oh my gosh, he used to scare the bejesus out of me every time he'd walk down the halls, and he'd always, wearing the suit, the black suit with the black tie, and, it just, used to scare me. But, but like I said, we reminisced, we talked, I didn't eat any more after that. I ended up, like I said, I had those 2 pieces of cake, and I came home and my glucose wasn't out of sight, but it was reaching maximum density. I just, and the reason why I didn't do a video right away or anything, I came home and I was so tired. I ended up laying down. The puppy didn't want to let me sleep at first. He kept bouncing back and forth, jumping on my stomach. And I kept telling him, I said, Liam, you don't need to lay in here with Mommy. I said, you've been in that cage for 3 hours when we left, 3 or 4 hours. You don't need to be in here. Go play with Sissy. She'll throw the ball with you and stuff because she's more wide awake than me. And he just kept bouncing back and forth. And finally, he came in here as I was dozing off, and he just cuddled in and snuggled in with me, and he went to sleep too. So I don't know why, he did that. It's like I said, he can be 3 rooms away from me, and all of a sudden I'll just, my blanket or my quilt or whatever is right next to me. All I gotta do is start pulling it up toward me, and he must hear that blanket moving or something, and he comes hauling butt in here with his little pinata stuffed toy, and he's ready to lay down. I don't get it. Excuse me. So I can't even take a nap without him. He's just right up there. He's what we call him, our little cuddle bug. So, but yeah, it was really a nice day, and it was hot. Oh my gosh, it was 81 degrees, and just as I was leaving, it started to spit a little bit, like it was wanting to rain, but then it never did, unless it rained up at her end, but because it didn't rain down here. It just, and my AC had popped on enough, so it didn't get hot in here for him, and we left his blanket up a little bit that we cover the cage with, so that AC could get in there and, airflow and stuff, because I didn't want him to roast in there or anything. But he was happy to see us when we came back, and fed him. He started to eat it, but he was so excited he didn't want to eat. He was like, oh, if I start eating, you're going to leave, right? So he was happy. Oh, and I gave my sister, Michelle, I guess you'd have to go back on my other videos, and I may have labeled it Princess, I get it, Mononoke. That was that diamond art one that I done with the Indian girl. She's not really Indian. I think she's more the Oriental. There's some kind of lore to it, and then she's got a wolf face next to her. It was through diamond art, Princess Mononoke. And I gave it to her because I was going to ship it to her in February, and she said, oh, she didn't know what I had. I just said I had something. And I said I was going to ship it to her. And she said, oh, no. She goes, don't bother. She said, I'll be coming out for Mom's 90th birthday. You can just give it to me then. That's fine. So I gave her that, and she wanted to get pictures of it. She loves it because her upstairs bathroom is Oriental, and then her downstairs bathroom she's got decorated in the Indian style with wolves and horses and, painted ponies or whatever she has on there. So that's what she is going to put. She's going to frame it and put it down in the downstairs bathroom. So she really liked it. I was hoping, because I didn't mention it after that to you guys, when did I give it to her and anything went on. But boy, she loved it. Uh, she mentioned that my nephew, he likes the cherry blossoms and stuff, the oriental. And my one sister that I did the Buddha and things for, I was going to do that Himeji Castle for her, but she says I don't do it for my nephew, if I get to it. Well, I got to get to it, and his birthday's in June. There's no way. I told my sister, I said, there's no way I can get it done in that time frame because I have so many other things I'm going to be doing. If I get to it, I can at least start it and show you guys, it's a round, it's a diamond art. And I may start it, and then, my sister will probably end up saying, hey, I'll pay for the shipping, just ship it down here in a tube, and she'll give it to him. So, I don't know if there's anything else to talk about, but I will, as soon as I get some photos, whoops, I think I'm putting that in the wrong one. Yep, come on there. Once I get them from my sister, the only way I can do it is I have to put them on my computer and then, use my camera to show you what the pictures look like. That's the only way I can do it. I'm not good at like inserting them into a video and editing and all that. I just film and, go on about my business. So I hope you all had a good weekend. I did. It was a nice day. It really turned out to be a really nice, pleasant day. Because sometimes you get around family, and depending on how your family goes and stuff, it's like, oh boy, I can only tolerate y'all for so long, and but we get along great. It was fun. It was pleasant. It was just an enjoyable day. And so I hope, like I said, I hope you all had a good weekend. And hope the weather was good at your end. You didn't roast or you didn't freeze. And, no major storms, I hope. And now you have to begin the week all over again Monday morning. If you have a job, I'm sorry that you have to go to work if you don't, when you don't want to. But if you don't work and you're retired, hey, enjoy the day. Take advantage of whatever you want to do that day. Have a good one. I've got a lot of laundry I've got to catch up with this week, and I'm half tempted to, if I could find, I don't have any of my laundry baskets because since I don't use them, to go to a laundromat, so if I don't have any, and I'd hate to go buy any, I might just use garbage bags. But I thought about, rather than as much laundry as I have to do, is just go down to the corner, down for me, and just throw them all in the washing machines there, pay for it, and be done with it. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel about, running the stuff down there, because I'd still have to bring it back here and dry it, because there's no way I'm going to use the dryers there, and my electric bill is fairly reasonable all the time, so I'm not concerned about it. It's the water bill that bothers me. So, I'm going to get off here. Sorry this was short and sweet. Almost 30 minutes, so that's not too bad. Sorry, I bounced. I get a drink with the coffee, and that's what keeps me awake too. but I can't get through the day without coffee. As soon as I wake up, if I don't have coffee first thing in the morning, I drag. It's got to be the caffeine, because we ran out of caffeinated coffee until today. And for 2 days, I was drinking decaf. And oh gosh, that decaf is awful. I can't drink that stuff. So, well, I'm going to get off here now and see what the puppy's doing. He's probably laying down with my daughter, because I don't hear him. And when he's quiet, he's like a little kid, sneaky. So, let me put you on pause. I'm going to turn the light out on this, because I said I would show you at least part of how it looks. And then you can be the judge of what you think, how you think it looks. But I'm going to turn the light off. Okay, and I'm going to put you on pause real quick, pull you back, and let you see it. So hang tight. Okay, there we go. All right, this is, whoops, okay, this from here down. Okay, here is the right side. And I'm right over here finishing this part and just have this little piece right here to do. Then it's back up, and then it's up to the top. So I don't know what you think. I guess it's okay. It looks good. I'm not that crazy about, I mean, it looks good on camera. I'm not that crazy about the way this white looks, because off camera I'm sorry, but it looks cheapy. When you have it like that in the rounds, I guess. I don't know. But it looks better from a distance and on film or on video. So you can let me know what you think, but it is a make market. I'm going to try the Lighthouse one eventually. I want to see if it's different than this being, to me, this kind of is reminiscent of being an abstract type to me. Maybe it should have been bigger and in square. So, well, y'all have a good one. This will be for Monday, so you might not see me till Tuesday. But I'm awaiting PR packages, so we'll see if and when they show up. It'll be sometime, and on the 1st, I'm going to try and see if I can do a Temu order. And that'll take a couple weeks to get here, so we'll see. So y'all have a good one. Hugs. Love you all. Enjoy your Monday. So, diamond painting, do it. If you have it, do it. So, DP Crazy Lady, I'm out. Bye-bye.